everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello and welcome. So today I'm going to be doing my monthly favorites for April. So we have quite a few makeup products here that I want to talk about because again, I've been buying a lot, I've been trying a lot this month, so I'm not going to talk like crazy in depth for these products because a lot of these you can find on my channel that I've spoken about already, but I'll start off with probably one of my favorite things this month, and it's the Man Eater palette by Artitude Cosmetics. So this has had like so much hype around it online, and I did get it on pre-order and I got it like week or so, a couple of weeks afterwards. But I've tried this palette about 2-3 times now, and I'm absolutely loving the formula. I'm loving the colors, I'm loving the way that it all blends together. The shade selection is absolutely stunning. I know that they've recently just done like a pre-order for like the next batch. I don't know what the situation is at the moment, so if you go to their website and have a look, just because don't quote me, because I tend to film these videos very quickly and upload them much later because of my previously filmed videos. But anyway, talking about the palette itself, these shimmers are out of this world. I mean, I feel like these shimmers are on the level of like Beauty Bay ones, because Beauty Bay also have amazing shimmers. I don't know if Beauty Bay is classed as like an independent brand because essentially they sell other brands, but Artitude Cosmetics are like a 1-2 person brand, and the fact that this is not even like their first palette, they've had quite a few palettes before, but I haven't tried them. But I really wanted to get this one because of a lot of the greens, because green is one of my favorite shades, and every time I've used it I've just not been disappointed. I can't wait to try like more of these shades. I mean, I'd say for me personally this pink one is probably the last shade that I would probably go for, because pink is not really my jam, but like everything else is absolutely stunning. And they also came out with like eyelashes and brushes. So brushes, I mean, I have too many brushes anyway in my collection for me to pick up any more, but maybe in the future I will pick up if I need any. But yeah, the packaging, the whole package thing that it came with was amazing. There was so much detail, and you know, they're really nice on social media as well. So if you want to support an independent brand that are making really nice makeup, I highly recommend Artitude Cosmetics. And another indie brand that I have been loving for a long time, but I wanted to like give another shout out to, is VE Cosmetics. So I got this Witchcraft Book of Shadows eyeshadow palette recently because they had like another sale. I think they had like 50% off their sale, which is insane. This, I mean, like double discounts. But I saw this palette and I really wanted to pick it up because the color aesthetic is so stunning. I did mention in my review how it looked like another one of their palettes that I've got, the Grimoire palette, but you know what, it's nice to just have like sometimes it's nice to have multiple palettes of like similar color stories, even though it's technically from the same brand. But I really love, yeah, the story and the kind of looks that I've been doing with it, because you can use all of these shades like by themselves, you can use them as like, you know, as rows. But I feel like the Cosmetics are a really great brand that a lot of people probably might not know about, but they're just, their stuff is great. I mean, I've used a few of their eyeshadow palettes before, especially like their Credit Fill collaboration, which I mention all the blade time because I love those palettes. I love Credit Fill, and you know, it's just a nice collaboration. But when it comes to like their own palettes, I feel like these are really nice as well, and I think they do become very affordable if you buy them during a sale. So those are two palettes that I've been enjoying a lot. A foundation that I've been enjoying a lot is the Maybelline Super Stay 24-hour skin tint. I got this from Amazon, but you can pick it up on Beauty Bay now for like £12. And you know what, this is super full coverage. I'm not using it today, but every time I use it I only need the tiniest amount. A little goes a long way, honestly. I think one of the first times that I tried it, I added so many pumps and I was like, I don't want to get rid of it, so I just used it and it made me look a little bit cakey, to be honest. But now that I know you don't need that much, adding like the tiniest amount, because I use a palette to kind of put my foundation on, I just use the tiniest amount and it really covers everything. I mean, if you're a regular on my channel, you would know that I have rosacea, I have very red pigmented skin, and I like to cover that up all the time. So having something like this, which is called a tint, but I feel like this is like super full coverage, and I do use it a lot when I go to work because I want a foundation to last all day, and this is really, really nice. It does have vitamin C. I don't know what the hell that's going to do to my skin, but I feel like it's a very nice staple in my foundation collection. Highly recommend this if you want a kind of nice full coverage foundation. Super duper nice. So we'll go on to some bronzers, and I don't bronze that much, but I still like to incorporate it into a look just so I can add it slowly and build it up. So the first one I'll talk about is the Made by Mitchel blush. So this is their bronzers, I guess. I mean, it says liquid blusher, but I think he kind of incorporates blusher and bronzer as like one, which is fair enough because he does it for the powders as well. But I picked up the shade Cream Carve, and this was like £10 on TikTok shop, and I've been using it quite a lot. And I mean, these always sell out on his TikTok, and even his actual blushes. He's always coming out with so many new products. It's amazing, but I have been really enjoying this. It really blends out nicely, and even though the doe foot is really tiny, which is fine for me because I like to build things up, I feel like a little can be built a lot. So I mean, this is just their standard doe foots that they have for the blushes as well, and this is just the lightest shade because I feel like, again, with my skills, I don't want to go in too harsh. Plus I always like a light bronze or a light contour just so I don't look too chiseled, because I mean my cheeks are quite chubby, so if I have something that's kind of cutting it down quite harshly, I don't really like that. But if it's just a light one, a bit of light on my head, I'm totally happy with that. And then the other one that I've been loving is the Revolution Ultimate Cream Bronzer. So this has been out for ages, but I picked it up on the Revolution website when they had like a sale on recently, which they always have, to be honest, but this wasn't part of it. I just had a bit of like a discount code, I think. And I've been really loving it. Again, like the blush, they blend out so nicely, very buildable, very kind of blendable as well, so you don't, if you add like too much, you can blend it out. I mean, I don't end up adding too much because I know to be very soft, but I just love how it blends, and it's only £6, which is great. I know a lot of people don't like to support Revolution, which I completely understand. I'm not talking about the brand so much, I'm talking about the makeup, which is obviously a bit difficult to separate sometimes. But anyway, I love the product. It's so nice. If you want affordable cream bronzer, I highly recommend it. So I'm actually doing a lot of complexion products today, even though, I mean, complexion products are probably my favorite step out of everything. It's just that this month I think I picked up more than I normally do. But the next thing is the Peach and Glow highlighter palette by Beauty Bay. So this has been out for a few weeks now, and I've been using kind of this shade the most, which is called Haze, and I still have yet to use like this peach one because I mean, I like to use a lot of my products separately, but one thing I'm slowly starting to appreciate is like a blush highlighter duo, because I feel like sometimes it does save a lot of time, but then I like to kind of mix my products as well. But this one I used actually on my inner corner, I believe it was a few weeks ago when I reviewed it, and oh my god, it's like a duochrome kind of highlighter, and it is absolutely stunning. So I can't wait to use these again. And the thing is, the packaging is so bulky that if you wanted to take it anywhere to kind of like when you're traveling, it's too bulky. Like if you might as well just buy and get individual products. So if you just want like a triple highlighter palette, obviously that's fine, but it's a bit heavy as well, so it does take up quite a bit of space. But again, handy to have all three products. Next we're going to talk about the elf ones. I thought these were nice. I don't think these were like amazing, because I feel like sometimes it's a bit difficult to get the product out of the actual applicator itself, and of course they are the kind of quote-unquote dupes of Charlotte Tilbury's wand, and I haven't really used a lot of her wands, so it's a bit difficult to kind of compare, especially like any of the highlighters and stuff. But I feel like with the applicator, I understand how product can get built up in there, and I just don't like products building bacteria. It's just a little bit for me. And the thing is, yeah, I do live into the hype and buy these products to test them out because I want to know if they're worth it. And I thought these were nice. I just don't think they were like the most amazing thing to come out of this month. I feel like using this is probably just as good as using this, to be honest. And for one of these, I think it's about £8-9, which is getting within that elf price. But if you want like this, I think this is like £12, and you get 3 things in here, and with these you have to buy them individually, but I still feel like they're quite nice. I wouldn't repurchase them, in all honesty. So I mean, when you look at how much product is in there, there's barely like most products, there's like barely any there. There's a lot of it just air, and getting the product out is kind of a struggle, so you have to kind of like squeeze it to kind of get it out. So I think they kind of skimp on the product slightly, but I still feel they're quite decent. Up the top, not really. So now the next 2 things, I have a lip product. So I have the Rare Beauty lip oil. Oh my god, I used this first time in a TikTok where I used the lip liner, and I used this on top. I really love that look so much because I felt like this really topped it off. This is in the shade Delight, and I mean, I have so many lip oils, it's insane. Like, I only have 1 pair of lips, and I feel like the amount of lip oils that I have, it will take me to the end of time to use. Because I mean, I have this one, I have the NYX Professional Makeup one that they kindly sent to me. I have distributed a couple to some people already, but I mean, like, it's getting to like hot season, so my lips will be quite dry. But having this is so nice because you've got a nice kind of tint to it. The moisture on them, is that a word? These, like, you know, the softness on these are just so nice. And to be honest, I don't think I've used a product by Rare that I haven't enjoyed. Although saying that, her eyeshadow palette was pretty pants. The one that I got part of like a little kit, it's an eyeshadow palette and a mascara. I felt the eyeshadow palette is not very good, but saying that, this is freaking nice. So if you can get your hand on these, because they sell out so quickly. I got mine on Space NK because, to be honest, in the UK it's the only place, oh actually Sephora, not in stores but online, you can get these now as well. And then the last product I'm going to talk about is by Uma. So this is the Badass Icon. This is in the shade Diana, and I mentioned this I did like a first impressions about how these are named after iconic women, especially I think they're iconic black women because this is a black owned brand. But this shade, oh my god, is absolutely stunning. It's a nice dark vampy shade, which is right up my street, but I don't tend to use a lot of bullet lipsticks. I like to use liquid lipsticks quite a lot, but this is so creamy that I kind of went over slightly, so I had to kind of like tidy it up. But the packaging is like magnetic, and it's absolutely stunning, and it's a nice kind of feel to it as well. But on here it says, a badass does not talk about being a badass. I mean, fair enough, but their whole collection is just stunning, and I do hope to pick up more products by the brand. It's just I need to figure out what to really get, because I know they're quite affordable, but they're not like the most affordable brand, if that makes any sense. So if you have any recommendations by Uma, please let me know. But other than that, I haven't really had much else happen in April. I mean, at the end of May, in April time, I did have some minor surgery, so I will be filming my kind of get ready with me story time on that if you want to see, because I mean, I had something in my back for a while that I wanted to get rid of, and I needed to have like surgery for it, so I thought I'll talk about that. But this month has been kind of all over the place. It's been a nice month because my brother-in-law got married and we had a really nice time, and just to see family and things like that. But you know, next month we'll see what it brings, because I don't know, May is, I guess, spring, but it's kind of turning into summer, and I'm not into summer as much. But I mean, saying that, I'm just rambling on. But let me know if you picked up anything in April that you've really been enjoying. Please let me know, because it might be something that I'll be interested in picking up maybe. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias, because I'm always active on there. I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.